Hey, what's up, everyone? In this episode, we're going to do a 3D printable logo. We're going to turn it into something like a paperweight or something like that. Anyway, so I'm doing this for a friend of mine who runs a YouTube channel that is The League Esports. So I really appreciate Sean for allowing me to do this episode. So we're going to have The League Esports featured on this. Check out their stuff at theleagueesports.com. Also, check out their YouTube channel. They got some really cool stuff. It's a channel that's dedicated to doing esports. So it's really cool stuff. Like, basically, it's online gaming that's live announced, and you get the professional experience for an amateur, basically. So anyway, without further ado, let's get into this, okay? So let's get started. Hi everyone, welcome to my show, Nathan's 3D Factory. My name is Nathan Adams. In this show, I do Blender 3D models, and I export them for 3D printables. If you like my stuff, make sure to go to shembo.com for all my other video series, and also subscribe for more, and make sure to hit that notification bell for every time that I give you a new video. You can also check out my stuff by going to facebook.com/ShemboStudio if you want to give me a like on Facebook. You can follow me also at ShemboStudio on Twitter. And finally, you can follow me at ShemboStudio on Instagram as well. You are watching Nathan's 3D Factory. Alright, so here we are in our first scene. We do the default, and we're going to pull up an image here. So this image that we're going to use is the reference image. And so basically you're looking at it at a 45-degree camera angle. I'm going to scale this up to 40. So it's going to be 40 millimeters by 40 millimeters. So we're looking at roughly a little less than 4 inches or so. So that's a pretty big cube there. So this is going to be a cube. So anyway, so there you go. So there's first step. Okay, now on to step 2. All right. Step 2, what we're going to do is that we're going to take that cube that we just did. We applied the scale and everything. And we're going to start making the very major contour lines here. So now we have it. So we're starting forming the T. So as you can see, the T is the biggest letter right there. And then what we're going to do is that we're going to take the same stuff right there that we just did. Okay, and we're going to separate that. Press Y to do that. There we go. Okay. And then from there, we're going to make our L. And then from the L, as soon as we get that in, we're going to carve out the E out of it. So there we go. We're going to take it down. So these are each, they're each 5 millimeters thick. But that's not going to be the end result because we're going to have to do some carving out, taking out of that. So, but for the most part, you're going to get a nice thick base there. So right there, what I'm doing at this point is that I am merging the vertices. And I didn't quite get it right there. So what I want to do then is I'm going to merge it into. There we go. Now we got it so that we got a T. Next, we're going to take out that E, remove it from the L. Move it out 10 millimeters there. So I'm keeping track of my stuff here so that way I can remember where this stuff belongs. So the first one I moved out 30 millimeters, then the E I moved out 10 millimeters. You can tell I'm narrating this right now that I'd done this stuff previously. This is actually 2 times the speed right now. So I do not work that fast. But you know what? It looks pretty cool, don't you think? Okay, so next what I'm doing is I'm making the little kind of the branches on the E right there. Okay. And then I'm going to make it so that those gaps between are basically, we're looking at 3 millimeters between those. The top and bottom branch are 5 millimeters, and like the middle one is just basically the remainder. There we go. And we're going to fill in those holes right there. Just select those edges. Press F to make faces. When I say make faces, I'm not talking, ugh. I'm just talking making faces. Okay, there we go. Now we got that stuff taken care of. Tab out of edit mode there for a moment, I think. Yep, and I'm gonna save. Now on to step 3. Boom. All right, step 3. Now, here's what we're doing next. We're gonna take all those, we're gonna move those items back together, but first, to do that, we gotta make those gaps. So what I'm doing is that I'm doing 2mm gaps in between each of these. So what I've done is I've just gone and I've selected each of those so that, okay, there we go. So we moved up the part of the T there. Now right there, on the L, I'm going to move that down. Got some room for that. That's pretty thick leg of the L there. I want to make sure that everything's even there. Next, I'm going to move that back. Do the same back 2mm, and then this one I'm going to move forward 2mm. There we go. The E remained unaltered. So now we're going to move this back and this. We'll move them back 30mm back at the original. And that one back 10, also back at the original. So there's that step there now. Now I'm going to save it again, and we'll go on to step 4. Boom, step 4. Here we go. I know the sound effect pretty much took care of itself, but I just like doing that. Yep. All right. Now in this episode, in this part of this, what we're going to do next is that we are going to connect all these so that we can make it 3D printable. At the end, this is a part that I didn't include in the video. I'm going to turn it into an STL file. That'll make it 3D printable. You can also do it in other formats, but that's the one that seems to be the industry standard, is to use the STL. Comment below if you've heard otherwise, but that's what I've heard. So what I'm doing now is that I'm making a little spot where I can do some connections for each of these letters. They'll be kind of in between there. There'll be a hidden spot there for the connection between the letters, so it essentially looks like the three of them are floating. So what I'm going to do is, right now I'm making it so that it's 5mm thick. That's pretty good thickness for holding them together. At least that's what I saw when I was doing measurements on it. So all I'm doing right now is that I am getting all these loop cuts so that they are on each of those letters. I'm going to put them all together. Maybe that's a step I could have done earlier, but you know what? I didn't. So here we are right now. So you'll notice that as you watch these videos of mine that I have a pretty casual working flow when it comes to 3D modeling. I really enjoy doing it, and so, you know, doing 3D modeling is just like a casual art form that I do. I really enjoy it, and I hope that you do too. So, otherwise you wouldn't be watching this channel, would you? I hope you get inspiration from this stuff as I'm doing all this. Okay, so I'm going through and just making sure that all my loop cuts match up exactly on the Z-axis. Okay. Doing the same on the L now. So I gave the treatment to the T. To the T, everyone. Yeah. Now what I'm going to do next is that I'm going to take out all these faces where I'm going to be making the connections. Okay. Taking care of it on the E first. I'll continue the process on the L. So I'm going to take care of these two letters first, and then I'm going to connect them, and then I'm going to do the same for the L and the T. That's going to be a different connection than what I got with the E and the L. Because with the E and the L, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to have it so that it just connects where the E shows up. And that's it. I'm not going to have it so it shows up in the gap. I'm going to have it as hidden as much as possible. Now, one thing that I did that I shouldn't have, that I should have thought about, is that I should have thought about just bridging those edge loops, because it was all the same. They're all matching up. That's a really cool way of doing things. And a little bit later, I'm going to be doing that, but in this, I was just kind of taking the lazy way, sort of. And I realized, you know, the lazy way wasn't the lazy way. Now, I'm going back into the back part here and deleting faces so that we have a nice connection between the L and the T. Okay, just going and inspecting that. Same thing there. Now what I'm doing is that I'm just deleting out extraneous vertices. Yeah, there we go. Now this time I'm using the real lazy way. The I should say the perfect way, the right way. I am going to do bridging edge loops there now. Okay, there we go. Press Control E, bridge edge loops. And there we go. Now we have our connection. Now all the letters are connected. They are now 3D printable. So now I'm going to save that. We're good to go. There you go. So that is how you do a nice 3D printed logo. So again, shout out to The League Esports. Go to theleagueesports.com to check out their stuff. They're on Twitch, they're on YouTube. I got stuff in the show notes. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this episode. And I hope to see you on further episodes. Make sure you like and subscribe. Leave comments below. And also, I'm available to do custom 3D work for you as well. So let me know if you want to do that. I'll leave the contact info below. And thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.